Hi, this is Marcia, and this is part three of the blended learning, the new normal for education. In this section, I'm going to talk about the why of blended learning and why it's so important now to move towards blended learning. Just recently, there is an article posted by Forbes talking about the new normal of education is blended learning. I highly recommend you take time to go find that article. I'll post it as well to this link of the video, but it's worth your time to read and to understand that the why has to start now because we don't know the future of what education might look like in the fall or even during the next pandemic. So please take a look at that article. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at the why of blended learning and why it's important to start right now. The why of blended learning. Why blended learning? Well, there's a lot of reasons why. With the use of technology and the ability for teachers to meet in mini lessons are just some of the reasons. But let's dive in deeper to find out the why of blended learning and what that looks like. All right, you heard me just say a mini lesson. The mini lesson is when the teacher and the students are able to work in small group instructions in order to figure out what the students need. What you're going to see is a quick little video of one of my good friends, Lauren, and you're going to see that she's actually doing a small group instruction. She's working side by side with those students, and they're actually understanding the reason of pi. There was Pi Day when we were in our classroom. A mini lesson, it gives you the ability to work with the students in the small group as well as build academic relationships in order for those students to grow and to really dive deeper into education. I really believe mini lessons are the key. And that's just one part of blended learning. The next is digital content. Digital content, there's so many great resources out there right now that are going to help teachers to gather data, to reteach the concepts, to allow the mini lesson and the digital content to mirror each other. It's not replacing the teacher, it's just giving you that second teacher in the classroom in order for you to help those students to grow in their academic career. Another reason why is student ownership. I love the fact when students are able to take ownership of their learning. They're able to determine what they want to do first, second, and third. They're able to complete it at their own pace, and they're able to learn online as well as offline. Student ownership and blended learning is skyrocketing due to the fact that kids love being able to mark off what they completed. They love being able to look at their checklist and move ahead. The video that you're seeing right here is a kindergarten classroom, and the students are marking off their cute little faces and show that they got one studio done. The picture to the right is from a science classroom, and each class will have that board up, and the students will mark off what they completed for that day. Did they complete the mini lesson, independent practice, did they complete digital content, and then they keep track of everything they've gotten done in 1 week's time. Another reason why for blended learning is I'm able to differentiate with the students throughout the week. The students are going to meet for data meetings to look at formative assessments, digital content, and I'm able to differentiate their checklist based off of what they need to know. So I'm going to give them specific skills that they're going to try and to master before the end of the week. Differentiated instruction really works because why would a student need to do 54 problems on solving area of a circle when they already know the formula and can show that they can work the problem out? So differentiated instruction is going to allow the students to work faster, but actually have really good quality of instruction. All right, engagement. Why blended learning? Engagement. The students love being able to get up, to move, to create, to work, collaborate. They love working with their hands. Yes, there will be some students who will fight me on this because they're like, why can't I just give me a worksheet? But it's not going to give them that full depth of understanding. So the level of engagement goes through the roof when we see the students being able to get up, move, and collaborate with other students. And last but not least, the why of blended learning, choice. When you set up a checklist, and you can put a checklist for blended learning, you can set it up where the students have a mini lesson. They have to attend the mini lesson, independent practice, but then they can do a choice of digital content and they can do a choice of the project to show that they understand the concepts. When you give choice to the students, they really buy into the process. I was in this classroom when they had this checklist for, this was I think algebra 1, high school, and the students started out doing, all right, I'm going to play catch up as a choice for the digital content. They started that activity and he realized that he really didn't like that activity. So he stopped it and went to gym membership instead. Because he was able to make a choice, he was able to determine which one best fit his needs. Why blended learning? Because all those reasons, mini lessons, digital content, engagement, student ownership, and choice, that's what's going to really allow students to grow academically no matter what kind of situation we throw at them for this new normal. Either they're learning online, at home, with friends. It's just going to make a more well-rounded environment. All right, guys, that was part 3. I'll see you back here for part 4, and it's going to talk about how to get started.